I'd like to commend the brother from Chicago for giving a very honest presentation, and I think when we talk about the role of unions, we need to tell no lies and claim no easy victories, and be honest about it. And I think part of what's important is, as the brother said, the politics of governance. When we're in opposition, we can do the politics of protest. And when we move into actually running a union, we also have to think about the politics of governance. And given that we're in a war, and in many ways a war for our survival as unions, a war for the survival of public education, it becomes very important not just to fight, but to draw lines and to hold ground that we know we can defend. If we take ground that we can't defend, then what happens is a defeat becomes a rout, and we lose a lot more. Now, I certainly think that leadership of national unions and of local unions, we can have real debate about, have you chosen the right ground? Is it possible to hold more ground? But I think to pretend that all that we're about is fighting on every last issue, maximum position, is to pretend something that is not real in the political circumstances that we're in. So we need to have that kind of discussion about what is the ground we can hold. And particularly at this time, what is the ground that's not going to leave us open to a rout that could leave us without unions and without public education.
Thank you. Anybody want to respond?
Yeah, can I speak? Because Leo, I don't disagree with you about that. I think the problem in Illinois wasn't what you described, though. The problem in Illinois around 7 was really just the opposite. It was the leadership claiming compromises that may or may not have been necessary to make, but claiming them as victories, and claiming them as not only victories but as models. I told you, I've negotiated. I stayed at the negotiating table for 20 years, and we compromise. That's what negotiating is. You compromise all the time. But we would never go back to our members and say, you know, we had to take gas on this because in order to hold on to other things. But we took gas. We wouldn't go back and say this was a great thing we won when it wasn't.